What's up guys, Master your YuGiOh back at it again with another video. This time I have got a theory video on why I'm running what I run in my deck. So I was on Reddit the other day. I actually made a Reddit and I stumbled upon somebody named Z Butler TCG. So if you subscribe to my channel, I want you to go check him out. He's pretty cool. But he does this thing where he shows his deck profiles in like the category that they are. So like for example, what I have here is like this is like the Rescue Rabbit engine. So everything here, like this is the and all Rescue Rabbit engine. This is like the best thing that you can play in Glad Beast. So let me start by saying that running 3 Andal, 3 Unexpected Die, and 3 Rescue Rabbit, that's 9 cards. That's literally like almost 1/4 of your deck. So let's start with Unexpected Die. If you control no monsters, you special summon a normal monster. So it's literally a hero lives, helps you get out your Andal. Andal can help you get into Test Panther, which can help you extend and actually make plays. 3 Rescue Rabbit allow you to get into your Andal. That way you can make plays. It's so simple. It's pretty self-explanatory. So for my Glad Beast monsters, I am playing a total of 6 level 5 or higher. Let me pull those down so you can see them. 6 level 5 or higher. So I know what you're thinking. Adderix is level 4. If you get its effect off with a Glad Beast, it can become level 5 or higher. So this consistency, this helps with the consistency 100%. Like, you will see one of these, and if you don't see one of these in your hand, you have 3 copies of Gladiator Proving Ground. So when we get to the combo videos, if you never played Glads, if you don't understand how Gladiator Beasts work, how they work is they get their effect off by being special summoned from another Glad Beast, or say maybe via Test Tiger. So for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna give you just a quick rundown. So let's say I summon Gladiator Beast Bestiary, and then I use the effect of Test Tiger. Special summon Test Tiger by its effect. Can't even say that, can't even keep that straight. Then I use Test Tiger's effect to tag out, send Test Tiger to grave, flip this card back into my deck, and then I special summon out a new Glad Beast. Now, on that summon, your Glad Beast will get its effect. Augustus acts as a Goblinberg, I guess would be like the generic. It acts as a Goblinberg or like a Marauding Captain. You can special summon one from your hand. So that's where this card comes into play. Use a level 4, but when it's special summoned, you can use its effect, which is the Foolish Burial, to raise its level to a monster that you send. So say I send Noxious, bam, becomes a level 5. So just so we know what that is. So I think that 6 is good, but you're technically playing 9 because of the Gladiator Proving Ground, but it does require you to use Augustus's effect to get out Adderix. So next we're going to talk about the 1-ofs that I play. 1-ofs. Monster Pauper, Monster Reborn, Spell Recovery, and Called by the Grave. So that's pretty much these effects. These are whatever you want them to be. So if you don't think that Murmillo is good, cut it. Darius, cut it. Quest, cut it. Rayori, cut it. Because you're pretty much playing 4 copies of each of these with Gladiator Proving Ground. And you essentially just need to open up a Glad Beast and an Extender to really make any plays. So that's where I feel like one of these is good. You don't want to really go more than one of each of those, because I feel like then it would just start to get cloggy. And let me talk about one more Glad Beast before I move on to the Spells and Traps, if I have it here. It should be here somewhere. So Bestiary. I don't know where my other copy of you went. Anyway, Bestiary is good because it takes 1 Bestiary and 1 Glad Beast to get out Gazaris, his fusion counterpart. His fusion counterpart has a Twin Twister effect. When he special summons for the extra deck, you get to pop 2 cards on the field. Now it doesn't, I lied, it's not a 100% Twin Twister effect, because you get to pop either 2 cards on the field. It could be spell, trap, monster, whatever. 2 pop, he does target, which kind of sucks. But actually, wait, does he target? I may have, I think this card is pre-problem solving card text, so it says destroy up to 2 cards, but I'm like 100% sure he targets, now that I'm thinking about it. Definitely run 2 of these, because you can get them out via Gladiator rejection, and going into Gazaris is 100% your turn to play. So, we talk about the spells. Obviously, if you're playing meta Yu-Gi-Oh, competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, you want to be playing Called by the Grave, because it's pretty much a counter for Ash. Ash is 100% the most used hand trap that is a monster that you can negate. Nibiru is definitely on the rise. I feel like I always see Nibiru online anymore. Not so much in person, but I feel like online I always see Nibiru. But you can't negate that. You can negate Ash. Can't negate impermanence with this, but you can negate Effect Veiler, the budget counterpart. So if you are playing locals and say somebody doesn't have impermanence, they have Veiler, you can stop it with this. And it is just a random negate. So say your opponent goes to activate an effect in the graveyard, you can stop it. So I was playing this card at 2 when I originally made this deck. I had no idea what the hell I was doing with Gladiator Beast, I'm not gonna lie. Now I have a decent understanding of how to play the deck. So these are your, this is your combo extender, 100%. If you special summon a Glad Beast from the deck, you get to special summon out a second one. So very good, very good. These are pretty much your Monster Reborns, running 2 World Legacy Succession, 1 Monster Reborn, and 3 Gladiator Beast Comeback. So 6 is good. You're not always gonna open with one of them, but more than likely you're gonna open with one of them. If you don't open with one of these, you're probably gonna open with either Rescue Rabbit or Test Tiger, or a Glad and one of them. So we'll get to the combo vid here shortly. I want to just kind of cover the things in my extra deck as to why I play the ratios that I play. First off, in the new meta, I feel like most decks need to resolve spells to do anything. I mean, that's a no-brainer. You literally have to resolve spells to do anything in any deck. So having 2 to 3 spell and trap negates first turn is good, which it's really hard to get 3. You can get 2 with Heraclinos and the trap card. It is pretty difficult, but you can achieve it. 2 Domitianus, Monster Negator, not really much to say about that, definitely 2 of. Nerokis can't be destroyed by battle, and he is any 3 Glad Beast, so don't need anything specific for that. These are your bigger boss monsters that require 3. He requires the Quarry, but you can cheat him out with Tamer Editor. He requires Vespasius, you can cheat him out, but this one I don't really cheat out much. I usually, if I can get 3 on the field, I'll go for that. Tamer Editor, 2 level 5 or higher. Definitely the heart and soul of this deck. You don't really need 3 if you're like anal and you're worried you're gonna run out of copies of him, play 3. But I don't think I've ever had an instance where I'm like, damn, I really needed my 3rd Tamer Editor. I don't. There's not really much he can do. Once you get him on the field, he can't be fusion material, but he can be link material. So we're gonna get to that. I'm gonna show you a combo that you can do with him to kind of like cheat himself back out. Andabata is technically he is a bigger boss monster because he requires 3, but you literally will never summon him. I literally have him in here so that I can toss him and use him with Adarix's effect. It's the only reason I play that card. You need to run 2 Gazaris. Gazaris is just the probably one of the best fusions, being that he's only bestiary plus a Glad Beast. Like, this is a generic fusion monster from 2008, and it's still good in 2010. Just let that sink in. Esadari actually has no effect within the deck. What I use that for is if, say for instance, I have, I'm trying to make Tamer Editor and I do not have 2 level 5 or higher. So say my board is Vespasius and say 2 Andal, okay? I would take my 2 Andal, tag out, go into Esadari, use Esadari, Vespasius, tag out, go into Tamer Editor. That's the only reason I play that card. He adds no real value to the deck other than that. 2 Test Panther. Again, you could up this to 3. I don't think that 3 is really needed. Like, you're gonna win before you need 3. Like, the game will end before you need 3. And Dragasius, because he's literally 2 Glad Beast monsters. So, say, God forbid you're playing and you open up with the world's shittiest Glad Beast hand, and the only thing that you have to go off of is, say, Rescue Rabbit, and let's say you're going second, okay? Tag out your Rescue Rabbit, go into 2 of my man, the Andal, tag those guys out, go into Dragasius. It's not a bad going second play, because then he summons out 2 more. So then if you have a Glad Beast or 2 in your hand, you can go out for, say, Augustus. Augustus can special out whatever you have in your hand, and you can maybe do Darius and then get Andal back. So actually, we are going to head into the combo video now. Stay tuned for that video. Will be technically part 3 of my new series. What I'm going to start doing is when I make a deck profile, I'm going to do the deck profile in one video, the explanation in another, and then combo video and test hands, just to show that the deck is actually somewhat consistent. So, Master YuGiOh out.